Let us start a new chapter from civics. Outcomes of democracy. From last 2 years, we are deeply studying democracy in a political science book. That what is democracy, how it's function, what are the merits, demerits of democracy, through various examples of different countries of the world. So at last, in the last two chapters, we come to the conclusion, and the second last chapter, that is outcome of democracy. The question which comes in front of us is, that is democracy a better form of government? If you see democracy, then in democracy, it promotes equality among all citizens, where whether a farmer or a beggar to a president or the head of the nations, all are equal in front of law, in front of constitutions. There is a universal adult franchise where from a beggar to a president, they all can vote and their value is one. Means one person, one vote and one value. Democracy enhances the dignity of the individuals. Democracy enhances the dignity of the individual where all persons are equal. Let us take an example from our earlier chapter, that in India there are some community like ST, and OBCs who were dominated by the higher classes since last 5 to 6,000 years. But now in democracy, they all get their rights and they all feel equal in front of all other citizens of India. Means democracy enhances their dignity. Whether a person is from scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, from a Brahmin family, from a particular religion, whatever. Democracy also improves the quality of decision making. Here, a decision is not taken by a particular person. In democracy, the decision is taken by an elected government where the representatives took decision in the parliament. Before taking decisions in democracy, we see a long debate in the parliament or outside the parliament, in media, etc. And then all over a result comes. Obviously, that result or the quality of that result is much better than a decision taken by a king or a dictator or a one party. Democracy provides a method to solve conflicts, disputes, etc. in a constitutional manner. First of all, we cannot see any kind of major conflicts in a democracy, but there are merits and demerits everywhere. Also in democracy, whenever any kind of disputes, conflicts comes, that conflict is solved by the government with the help parliament and the state government, under the constitutional framework. Democracy also allows rooms to correct the mistakes. Obviously, as a person, we will do mistakes, as like let us take the example of Indira Gandhi. After emergency, she and her party lost elections, but after that, democracy gives her chance, and just after 2.5 years, again she become a prime minister of India. Whatever we done any kind of mistake, that mistakes we can correct again by a discussion and a bill passed by the parliament. In a democracy, if few of our expectations are not met, we start blaming to the idea of democracy, which we met, which is so many times. So the first main steps towards the thinking carefully about democracy or its outcomes of democracy is to recognize that democracy is just a form of government. It cannot create conditions for achieving something. The citizens have to take advantages of those conditions and achieve their goal. The next topic of this chapter is accountable, responsive, and legitimate government. Yes, one of the basic outcome of democracy is that it produces a government that is accountable, representative, and responsive, and legitimate to the needs and expectations of the citizens. It is accountable means answerable. Answerable government. Here the leaders, the government is elected by the people. Whatever decisions they will take, they have to give answer and face the opposition and other leaders in the parliament, and also they have to face the media and the citizens, because in a democracy people have the right to choose their rulers and people will have control over the rulers, and that is the representative government. Whenever possible and necessary, a citizen should be able to participate in a decision making that affects all. So obviously a citizens who want to know if a democracy, if a decision was taken through the correct procedure, can find this out. So he or she has the right and the mean to examine the process of decision making by elections, and this signifies the democracy produced an accountable government, and this accountability of government make democracy responsive and representative government. It is totally responsible for the nation, for the people, for the parliament. It promotes the formation of public opinion and cares about the opinion and needs and expectations of the citizens. Beside democracy and accountable and responsive, it is a legitimate government. In one word, legitimate means a legal government, because a democratic government is people's own government. Here, after every 5 years, the representatives of the people are elected by secret ballots or EVM, and the majority party or groups form the government. The whole process goes under a legal manner as it is written in the constitution. So the democratic government which we see in power become in power under the constitutional framework whatever written in constitutions. Means a party first face the elections, and the party who is in majority then form a government. Thank you.